All right. So today I wanted to hop on and just talk about a couple things here. Obviously we have a new event, new prestige skin. These prestige skins, I don't really think about them much, but then when they drop a new one, I'm just reminded about how little sense they make and how much I disagree with the concept. And overall, just, listen, everything I say is coming from a place of love. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I care about the game, and I care about the direction the game is going in. And I think the whole community as a whole right now is extremely frustrated with Respawn and is fed up. And I was fed up with Respawn a long time, and I was waiting for the community to catch up because I knew things weren't going to change. And it's very clear that Respawn is not going to improve the game to where we want it to be anytime soon. So there's so many issues to address, but for this video, I'm just going to focus on the cosmetics because cosmetics, they may seem like not such a big deal, but that's how the game is funded. That's how they make money. This is how the game has grown into what it's grown into. Um, Obviously, the core of the game is amazing, and that's why people care about the cosmetics because everybody wants to have the nice cosmetics for the good game that they play. Um, Me being one of them, I love the cosmetics in this game. I think the art style is incredible. The artists are not to blame here, clearly. Okay, it's the monetization and the way Respawn has managed the system behind it. So let's just rewind a little bit back to 2019 when Apex was a much smaller game. I bought cosmetics in this game wanting to support Respawn because I loved the game and I wanted to spend my money on a game that I thought was worthy of my money, unlike Fortnite, which I hated what Fortnite became, so I stopped playing it even though I had spent money on the game. Respawn and Apex was a different thing for me. Like, I really wanted to just support the devs with the good faith that they were going to do the right thing. Um, but here we have another event here, and I'm going to go through the skins and everything. Like, the skin is awesome, okay? It's a great skin. Is this skin though, okay? And I just want to really just ask a fundamental question. Let's forget the finisher, okay? Because in my opinion, finisher should not be something locked behind 100,000 damage and $160 paywall. Finisher should come already with an heirloom. I mean, it's just insane how you have to wear a specific skin in order to get a finisher. And don't get me wrong, it's all sick. I love it. It's awesome. But we are already selling heirlooms for $160 that you can wear with any skin. So why the hell would I buy a $160 skin with a unique finisher when an heirloom should come with that already? And I've been saying this for a while before mythic skins were even in the game. So, that being said, let's just go back to here. Perfect example. So this skin is one of the best caustic skins. If you were playing the game in season 2 when this skin came out, you would have bought this skin under the false pretense that this skin is not going to return. Okay, I bought a lot of skins in Apex because of the false pretense that it was going to be exclusive for that time period. Okay? I think skins are an important measure for who has been in the game for X amount of time. Forget the actual skin and the way it looks. The skin is symbolic. The skin represents a time period in the history of Apex. Wearing this skin should be representative of that time period that you were a part of, that time period, okay? I shouldn't be able to jump in the game, day one player, buy this skin. Forget the fact that it's 30% off what you would have paid for it in season 2. Forget that slap in the face, okay? Let's just consider the fact that I am wearing a season 2 skin, but I'm starting to play in season 16, okay? So that alone is just moronic, okay? And there was such an easy thing for Respawn to do to prevent that from happening. All they have to do is play with some fucking sliders on their end and change the colors around. Not hard to do. That was even too much work for them, though. They had to spit in the face of the OG players and bring back all the skins. Now, this is old news, obviously. Everybody knows that every skin, except for prior to Season 10 Battle Pass skins, are not only eligible to come back, but they will be coming back at some point. And very likely that it'll be for a much lower cost than what you would have originally paid for it. So, what does that do? It reduces any sense of urgency to purchase a skin. Like, I am not in a rush to get any skin in Apex ever again because I know damn well that the skin is going to come back at some point and I don't have to worry about it. That was not the case when I was spending money on collection events thinking that that was going to be the one time you could buy the skin. It's fucking bullshit. It's so fucking stupid. It really makes no sense, okay? And it devalues all the skins in the game. I know everybody doesn't agree with this. I know there are a lot of people who think, oh, it's just a skin. Let people have things. Let people enjoy it. No, because you can still have the skin. You can have the same skin. What's wrong with just making this skin all black, calling it a recolor, okay, and letting everybody have it, okay? They can, and that's justification for selling it for a full price, okay, instead of having to discount it for the people who didn't have a chance to buy it because they weren't playing the game at the time. I mean, okay, so that's my opinion on OG skins. They're not OG anymore, whatever, okay? Mythic skins, okay? That's a whole different subject. So, let me just show you something quick. So, look at my caustic skins, okay? There's well over $300 worth of skins here, okay? And this just goes to the this is just the proof that not only does Respawn not not only does Respawn have no clue what they're doing, but they don't give a fuck either. They literally don't give a fuck. They could care less. And this is pure proof of that. So, well over $300 worth of skins here. If I'm a dedicated Caustic player, and I'm not, I was at one point, I played a ton of Caustic. I have probably like almost 1,600 kills with him, which isn't a lot, but it goes to show you that I've played Caustic plenty. And pretty much him and Pathfinder when I first started playing were like my two mains. So I ultimately ended up with a lot of Caustic skins. Also, this is subjective, but Caustic has some of the best skins in the game. Like, his character model allows for some of the best skins in the game. So collecting these skins as a dedicated Caustic player is something that's going to come naturally if you've been playing the game for a while and you've spent money on the game. Now, having collected these Caustic skins that I love, why am I now going to and forget the shiny effect, the shiny new thing in the store? I get that part, but once this event goes away, this is just going to become another skin. So why the fuck would I disregard the well over $300 worth of skins that I've already bought for Caustic and put on this skin and just pretend like I don't already have a bunch of 6 skins for him. You're putting this skin on a whole new tier of skins when in reality it doesn't look that much crazier than the other skins. It just progresses on some stupid progression system that also makes no sense and has very little thought put into it. And then it has a finisher which, I mean, it's cool. Is it cooler than his other finishers? I mean, let's just take a quick look. I mean, just because we're on the subject, I mean, we might as well, right? I mean, these skins are all. I mean, these finishers are awesome. These finishers are very high quality, except for his default. His default sucks. But these two legendary finishers are amazing, and I just would rather use any skin with these finishers than be stuck using the one mythic skin because it's mythic, and now I'm supposed to only run that skin and just disregard the other skins that I have in my collection. I mean, to me, that makes no fucking sense. And if you're the type of person that's willing to spend $160 on a skin, you're going to want to own that skin. All right, sorry about that. All right, so back to what I was saying. So, if just to reiterate, if you are the type of person who has spent this much money on the game, that is the only type of person who is going to be also willing to purchase a mythic skin. So it's just so counterintuitive, and it just proves that Respawn is clueless. They do not care. Everything is just a money grab for them. And where is this money going, people? We really have to start asking ourselves where the money is going. Because it sure as fuck isn't going into the core game that we are playing. There are still endless issues. It's an endless fucking game of whack-a-mole. Every new issue that's fixed, 10 more issues pop up. And it is going to continue this way. So ask yourself, where is the money going? Okay? Where is the billions of dollars that we have sunk into this game collectively going? And yes, I'm complaining, but I am a customer. I understand it's a free game, but it's not. It wasn't free for me. I paid into the game with not only was it under false pretenses in the fact that thought I was purchasing exclusive items, but I also paid money with the false pretense that the money was going to a good cause, making the game better. What has Respawn done with the billions of dollars? And that's another thing leading into this whole EA Respawn blame game bullshit, okay? Let's stop pretending that EA is the bad guy. Respawn has been hiding behind EA, letting EA take the punches for their fuck ups for years. EA has been proven to be one of the, if not the worst companies in the world. That is a fact. But let's not pretend that Respawn is innocent. We have to start holding Respawn accountable because this is their game and they have let it get to this point. Okay? So I don't want to hear this blame game bullshit. And I think the community is well beyond that. I think the community knows damn well that Respawn is just as to blame as EA at this point. I don't think there's any question. And that is something that facade has gone away pretty much for the most part. At least that is my perspective. I could be wrong. There could be people that out there that think that Respawn is this great company still because they made a good core game, and what have they done with it? Um, I feel bad for you if you really think that Respawn has handled this game properly and is trying to do the right thing. Clearly, they're not trying to do the right thing, people. Clearly, they have no intention of doing the right thing. And that is so blatantly obvious if you pay attention to the backwards shit that they do. Okay? It's purely fucking backwards at this point. And that leads me to just a nitpick here. And I'm going to start talking about the event and everything. And I don't want to be super negative this whole video. I'm just. These are thoughts that have been consistent in my mind for so long now. I say it every one of these rants. I go on the same tirade because I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it, and everyone else should be too. And if you've spent money on this game, if you've not, and you've literally been either broke, which is fine, obviously. A lot of people don't have money to spend on games, and that's totally fine. Or you just have been that stubborn and you've refused to indulge in anything that this game has to offer cosmetic wise. I applaud you for that, because guess what? That's the way that's the way it should have been for me. But obviously I wasn't as strong, and like I said, I had different intentions when spending money on this game other than to just get cool skins. They meant something to me at the time. Seeing, and I'm just gonna go to a more iconic skin right now. Seeing this skin meant something, okay, for the longest time. And if I was playing a lot during this time, when this skin was extremely rare. It hadn't come back yet, and you saw Voidwalker for the first time. You never forget when you see this skin for the first time because it looks so radically different than the other Wraith skins out there in the lobby. And you see this skin and you're just like, wow, that skin is not only amazing, but it symbolizes an OG player who has more experience than me at the time. And that means something. That is impactful when you are actively trying to get better at this game. Okay? When anybody can just have a skin at any time, it totally ruins that effect. It totally takes that whole presence away from the skin. It just means nothing at this point. Okay, so that leads me to my next thing. 8 slots for favorites. I am not the type to manually change my skins, okay? I'm at the point where I have legends that I play. I don't really look at these menus unless I'm doing a video like this. And I have 8 favorites selected. So, and this goes back to Respawn being totally ass backwards. They are literally stopping me from wanting to spend money on this game because I have 8 favorites selected for Caustic and I can't put more. Favorites full. You can only equip up to 8 favorites. Where is the reason underneath that explains why the fuck I can't equip more than 8 favorites? This has always been the case, okay? But let me just refresh everyone's memory where 8 favorites used to be a lot when there was like 5 fucking skins for every legend, okay? We're at the point now where look at these legendaries. There's fucking over 25 legendaries here. And you're telling me I can only have 8 in my rotation. So if I want to include all my skins in my collection and cycle through them every time I play, I have to manually do it, or I have to vote off skins that I don't want in my rotation, which for someone like Revenant, who is my main, that's a hard fucking task for me. And now I just have skins that I like a lot that I'm never going to wear because I can only equip 8 favorites. Why is this? It's the details, people. The details are never addressed in this game. And I don't understand why a company that puts so much effort and time into developing such a detail-oriented game all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but over time has shown their lack of attention for detail. And this is something that they should be super concerned about. This is something that's actively preventing me from wanting to spend money on the game. I know for a fact there's a sick Revenant skin coming out that I am likely not going to buy because it means that I have to remove one of these skins as a favorite and replace it with the new skin, which I, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to have to manually keep fucking cycling my skins and make it like a fucking chore to manage the skins that I paid fucking $20 each for. I should be able to select as many fucking favorites as I want and have the system randomly select a skin for me without ever having to think about it. I know this seems like a nitpick. I know this seems like a small thing. It's actually not. It's actually an outdated limit that there's no explanation for, okay? There's no fucking logical explanation. And I know I'm not a fucking developer. I'm not a coder. I don't know what goes behind the scenes of doing this shit. But I do know for a fucking fact that if I can go to my loadout and I can go to my music packs and I can have a random fucking music pack out of all these music packs, okay? How many music packs are here? A fucking good amount, people. I can randomize all these, but if I want to fucking pick through from 20 favorites, I can't. Because why? I really would like someone from Respawn to explain to me why they hate money. Clearly they don't hate money, but with stupid shit like this that's overlooked in the game makes me think that they hate money. They just don't care. They just don't give a fuck. It's the lack of attention to detail that it's death by 1,000 cuts. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Playing this game and caring about this game and putting time and energy into this game is death by 1,000 cuts, because it's literally just a million fucking little things that will drive you crazy. And I am only talking about cosmetics here. Don't get me started about the million other things. I could literally rant about because I've played this game for thousands of hours, so I can nitpick thousands of things wrong with the game. I'm only talking about cosmetics here, though, and I'm going to stay on topic. So that being said, I am just going to go through the collection event real quick. I've already gave my opinion on this skin. I think it's amazing. Am I going to buy it? No. And I had heirloom shards, and I could have easily bought the Death Hammer. Why didn't I do it? Well, there's a very simple reason I didn't get this heirloom, even though I like the heirloom. It's not my favorite, don't get me wrong. I like it. I think it's one of the better ones.
I look forward to getting my...
The reason I didn't get it was because Respawn promised a unique door break animation for the Death Hammer. How many fucking seasons ago was that? I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons ago? Something like that, when they actually put in some kind of developer notes, some kind of patch notes that they were planning on adding a unique door break animation for that specific heirloom. Did it ever come? No. Does the fucking developer that wrote that still work at Respawn? Probably not, since all the fucking devs quit. Let's not even get into that. So the lack of communication, just the lack of accountability, it's just a million different things at this point. It's just becoming too much that you want to just pull your fucking hair out when you think about it. So that's the reason I didn't get the Death Hammer, and I'm glad I didn't. And unless they add that animation, I'm still not going to ever get it. And that leads me to Wattson. Wattson has a fucking unique door break animation on her heirloom, but they can't add that for a legend that they literally came out and said. They didn't have to come out and say, hey, we're going to add this animation, just for them not to do it, just to spit in every Caustic Mate's face. They never had to say it if they had no fucking intention of adding it. Alright, so, yeah. I mean, listen, not my cup of tea, that Wattson skin. And I'm totally not bringing any of the negativity that I just went over into this collection event review, because, again, the art is amazing in this game. The artists do a fucking phenomenal job designing skins for this game, and it has nothing to do with Respawn and how they manage it. That's totally separate. So this is alright to me. This is dog. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's very average. The shoulders are sick. You know, something about the helmet feels off. I wish the mask was down. I don't know why they don't do that for more skins. Probably so they can just put the mask down on a recolor and resell it later on, like they did with those Horizon, Rampart, and Ray skins. But I'd say if the mask was down, this would be a solid like 8 or 9 out of 10. Without the mask being down, I'd say this is a solid 7. This looks way too familiar to the bunny skin that recently came out. I know those are horns, not bunny ears, so yeah, it's definitely different. I don't know, man. This is a 7 for me. It's decent though. Not bad. This is very clean. Very clean. Yeah, I like it. It's a solid like 8 out of 10. I'm curious to see what the first person model looks like. Obviously, no pay to win sites on these. They're done with that, which understandably so. Um, there's a lot going on with this one. It's good though. It's solid. This aesthetic, the whole aesthetic, honestly reminds me a little bit too much of the Olympus event. You know, the season, I believe it was season 6 when Olympus came out. Sounds crazy to say that. It was either season 6 or season 7. These lines on the skin are very similar to the skins that came out for that. Oof, the Sentinel skin is very clean. I really like it. If I do, because I've just been running the Sentinel a lot, it's just so satisfying to use. If I do get a skin from the event, it will probably be this one. Oof. This car skin is absolutely fire. This might be the best car skin. There's not that many skins for the car, and a lot of especially the base legendaries are really, they leave a lot to be desired. This is a very good car skin. This is a solid 10 out of 10, this skin. And we got ground emotes. I've talked about my disgust for fucking ground emotes so many times. Less ground emotes, more skydive emotes. That's a sick one. But I don't care if they're cool, because you're never gonna fucking use it. So it doesn't matter how cool it is, when you're never gonna fucking use it or see it. It's good that this one's glitched already. It just came out. He's not even holding anything. Good job. And what makes this one epic, but this one's legendary? Someone explain that to me. Does it make music in game, or is it just silent in game? Is this glitched? Is that bubble supposed to be in her mouth? Oh my god, dude. What the fuck are they doing? Okay, well they knew what they were doing with this one, clearly. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. But holy shit. It's pretty obvious what they're doing with that at this point. Again, we got sick artwork on the banner frames. That's becoming pretty consistent over the last few events. The artwork on the banners has been pretty fucking good. Whoever's doing these banners is doing a really good job. Yeah, sick. Sick artwork on these. The epics. Pretty standard epics. It's clean pathy skin. Yeah, I mean, this event, I'm just realizing now there's only 4 legendaries for the actual legends, which seems like very low. I feel like for other collection events, there's way more than 4 legendaries for the actual legends. Like, this seems very low. 4 ground emotes as legendaries is a slap in the face. Yeah, so, I mean, you could just take it for what you will. I think this is bullshit. I think this is fucking bullshit. It really is. I mean, let's just think about it. Just think about it logically. A third of the fucking event. A third of the event. 1/3. 33% is emotes. Is ground emotes that you're never gonna see or use. It's just the quality of this shit. Forget the artwork. The artwork is amazing. The skins are good. The skins are high quality. But the event as a whole, like, what is this filler bullshit? They're spending time at. I'm done, y'all. I'm done. You get my idea. You get what I'm saying. I know a lot of people out there would agree with me, and I know my channel is small, very small. This is a great Lifeline skin, by the way. I'm just going to go off topic. I love this Lifeline skin. Um, I'm a small channel. I know no one's really watching my videos, but this is just how I get my opinion out there to whoever might see it. My only fucking goal is that a fucking dev might see my video at one point and actually take my feedback and just listen, because I know I speak for so many people, and I wish more content creators, and I do not consider myself a content creator, just so everybody knows. I literally, this YouTube channel is for me to store my clips off of my PlayStation so I don't have to waste space. Eventually, I plan on learning how to edit and being able to do something with all my clips, but that's irrelevant. Um, my channel is not a content creation channel. My channel is just me not giving a fuck, being a very casual gamer, and it's frustrating because I wish more content creators were at the frustration level that I am. I know a lot of them probably are deep down. They care a lot more about the actual gameplay stuff than the monetary stuff and the cosmetic stuff. But this is one of the things that I care about because I'm a casual gamer. The gameplay stuff I do care about, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't affect me as much because I play the game so casually. With that being said, uh, I promise you my opinions on these subjects are not going to change. I will be consistent. You can ask me every fucking event. I'll say the same fucking thing over and over again. How I feel about Respawn. Unless radical changes are made, this is how it's going to be. This is how I'm going to feel. Peace.